Vive la vida loca.
Mhm.
Sada. The first thing that came to my head. I don't know what it is.
Well, that is perfect. To get started on time, I will open it up and welcome everybody. Many people will be watching the replay that we'll send out by email and post on social media. So it's so good to see everybody here tonight, to see Chef Lalo, Jerry, Eileen, Andrea, Liz. We've got Paul, we've got Eric, and what a pleasure it is to be at these monthly gratitude soirees. And I'd like to just take this opportunity to speak a little bit about He's On International, which is Eileen's amazing foundation, which provides scholarships to single moms all over the world, and not just financial scholarships for the whole year, but also it pairs them with amazing mentors who are part of the foundation. And they do multiple calls. They get matched up based on profession, based on interests, and they are paired up throughout the year. So they have 5 or so calls and they really get to know each other. So if you're interested in being a mentor or supporting single moms, then you can find that on the dashboard, on your event dashboard. And then also I want to highlight on the event dashboard, we did a little update from our previous months. And we actually, on the left side, you should see a little area where you can upload a photo. So after we have our amazing meal tonight, we'd love you to all upload a photo to the dashboard so that we can see what everybody's cooking up in the kitchen. And really the whole purpose of these gratitude soirees is to have basically I was telling Jerry, it's like we're having a big dinner party. And that was from the first one 6 months ago in December of 2022. And now we're actually having a dinner party. So how cool is that? And
that's great.
It's really, really wonderful. And of course, our mission at Headwater, proud to partner with Eileen, is just to increase the number of conversations, of meaningful connections, and of meaningful experiences in the world. And what better way to do it than through this virtual event where people from all over the world can tune in and participate and get to know each other. And without further ado, I want to introduce our master of ceremonies, Jerry Gutierrez, to the stage. And
Hi, good evening, everybody. We're so excited to be here. And Eileen, thank you so much for asking me to be a part of this. And the Gratitude Soiree, it's fantastic, especially with Eduardo Justo, also known as Chef Lalo. And I've been looking forward to this for a while. So we are just excited to get started. And I Miss Eileen Norris, I know you're there as well. Thank you again. So one of the greatest things about what we do and what Eileen does in regards to really inspiring to in the service of gratitude is get these incredible people that inspire us, like Chef Lalo. Chef Lalo, who has been professionally cooking for 12 years. His hometown is Mexico City. Bienvenidos. And you've been a vegan since 2017. And so I am a Texan. I am a steak lover, but I am open after seeing your website at Lalo Labs. I'm like, you know what? That's really pretty. I think I need to get more into that. So I'm really excited about it, Chef Lalo. So again, thank you so much for your time. I'm excited about, I got my chef towel here ready to go.
Awesome.
and we're good to go. So I'm going to leave that up to you, Chef Lalo. Everyone, welcome Chef Lalo to the screen.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much for having me today. First of all, Jerry, you look amazing. Your kitchen you look like a pro already. You're cutting more. Let's go. So I'm so grateful that I get to be here. You know, Eileen asked me if I wanted to be in this month, and I was like, of course I'm gonna be here, because I just love sharing and also love giving, thanks and being grateful. And this month is the Gratitude Soiree, right? So something that comes to mind when we think about gratitude, I was sharing yesterday in the live that we did, is that sometimes we forget, how fortunate we are to be just alive. We don't go too far, of like, what are the things that you have, where do you live, anything like that, but just like having this moment, just take a moment and just breathe deeply. I just let it go. I just feel you are alive. You have organs that function amazingly. You have a mind that is amazing that helps you create things. You have a body that helps you move. You have two hands. You have 2 feet. Hopefully, right? I cannot see all of you, but hopefully you have all of that, and that you are already so rich. Your life is so rich because you have the best thing ever, that is life. So we're here today to give thanks. Also, do a little bit of more mindful eating. So what's mindful eating? For me, mindful eating is just be more conscious and aware of what you put in your body. Why do I say what we put in our body? Because sometimes, depending when we grow up, right? For example, Jeremy mentioned, I grew up in Texas, and I was like, I eat a lot of steak. Yeah, why do you eat a steak? Right? Has he asked himself, why do I eat steak? Like, where did the steak come from? Yeah, animals. What animal? Yeah, and then why am I eating an animal? How was that animal treated, right? How was that animal raised? Do we ask those questions? Sometimes no. And I'm telling you, because I was living in Mexico for 25 years. And then when I came here, I went to a vegetarian restaurant and I started learning about vegetables, what you can do with it. I was like, oh, cool. And I never thought it was not going to eat meat. I love tacos. I love everything that's made with meat, the cochinita, like you name it, many, many dishes made with meat. I love them. And when I smell meat, I'm like, my senses go like, ooh, that's great. Like, that's good, And I know because, your mind have a memory and I'm like, oh, okay, I think that's going to be delicious. But I started asking these questions. And I started working in the kitchen, more vegetables. I was like, wow, I can do all of this. And in tasting, I was like, this is so good, right? So what I'm trying to say here is ask these questions. Like, why do you eat meat? Why do you eat fish? Why do you eat vegetables? And for me, mindful eating also is like seeing what is the impact that you're causing in this planet with your choices. Because as you might know, or you might not know, but whatever you consume is what you're telling the industry, make more of it. So if you're eating more meat, more demand of meat, more demand of vegetables, more demand of oil, or whatever you want more, so then the industry is like, okay, we need to make more, right? But sometimes the planet, it just doesn't have that available naturally. And then we need to start doing farming, right? Like now there are a lot of fish that is made in farms, that is made through genetically modified. And then you're thinking that you're eating healthy fish. Well, what are you eating, right? So I'm not trying to make you vegan or go vegetarian. That's not my mission. My mission is just to maybe give you another perspective, maybe make you think about what you are, the choices that you're making, and why are you making them, right? And also to inspire you and to see like, oh, maybe I can add more vegetables into my diet. How can I add it in a fun way? How can I be more playful? How can I make my plate more colorful? How can I get more nutrients? How can I see how I feel when I eat more vegetables? Because sometimes we're not raised like that. I wasn't raised to eat like so many vegetables like I eat now. I eat tomatoes and onion and garlic and little things, here, some iceberg lettuce, but not really a lot of vegetables, green beans. But it's not like, my diet was rich in vegetables. So that's what I want to invite you today. And before we start, let's something that I like to do, and it's just since we're thinking about talking about mindfulness, consciousness, all of that, just see any ingredient, just grab an ingredient that you have nearby you, and just for 1 second, just admire it. How beautiful it is, this ingredient. Look, I have an avocado in front of me, and just the shape is perfect. If I cut it in half, it's going to be perfect in both sides. And that's incredibly amazing. You know how nature is so wise? Like you can see, like amazing things color in vegetables. And I'm always amazed by that. And just observe, I'm going to open this. And if you have one, just really quick, because it is just the color in here. Like, my goodness, it's so beautiful. But when do we stop and think that? When do we stop and then just be like, oh, damn, It's a beautiful color, different shades of green, kind of like even yellowy, and then taste it and then be like, is it sweet? So just invite you to be grateful for what you have today, whatever it is. It's rice and beans, be grateful. Yay, you have something to eat. There are a lot of people don't have anything to eat in the planet. They eat whatever, right? Don't have clean water. So be grateful. Yeah, and I inviting you, but also I'm telling you, like, just be it. Don't be ungrateful. Why? Because honestly, like, so many people don't have what you have. So don't take it for granted. Okay, so let's get started without further ado, because if not, we're not going to finish and we are limited in time. So we have the spring rolls today. So thank you for all these vegetables, that Mother Earth gives us, that I was able to afford. Thank you for all the beautiful ingredients that I got into the market and the beautiful hands that produce them, because that went energy, right? Someone spent their time into doing it, putting them in there, planting the seed, and now look what we have for us to just go buy it and eat it. How wonderful is that, right? We don't have to go on hunt or try to figure out that. So thanks for that. You can say thanks in your own way, right? Whatever that means for you. And if you don't feel it, that's okay. That's okay. It's not a requirement. So just feel it, feel the vibe, whatever you feel, that's right. Well, so we're going to do spring rolls in a very fun way. We're going to use fresh ingredients. And we have some cucumber, we have some jicama, some carrots, some mango. I have also avocado, and I have like some radishes, some peppers, some cilantro. I don't know what you were able to get, but whatever you were able to get, that's okay. We can always adapt the recipe. That's the cool thing about the kitchen, right? When you know how to make the simple thing, then you can always adapt other ingredients, play with it, have fun. There is nothing that says like, this needs to be done like this way. Like, usually are Taiwanese, right? Spring rolls, but we're just gonna make them inspire in my kitchen, what I have, what my imagination or what I like. So whatever you like, I'm gonna go and grab first the cucumber, and we're gonna peel it, or you can leave the skin on, right? So whatever you prefer. This cucumber has the skin very thick. I prefer to don't put it in because the flavor is going to be more smooth. So let's start peeling our cucumber, our carrots, and then we do our jicama, if you have jicama. And if you're ready, when you're done, just say done, just put like done, crush it there in the chest. And then, so a way to peel fast. I mean, I love this peeler. This is super cheap peeler, it's like $5, but it's just versatile. Try to buy one peeler that is open. Like I don't like the ones that are like kind of like I need to hold them like this, because then it's more uncomfortable. I need to put my hand in this way. So with this one, I just hold it from here, and I do half and half to be faster. So half, and I just rotate with this hand, with the left hand. So I just press down, rotate, then switch, and then the same. Rotate as you go. You're gonna be, you're gonna realize it's a little bit messy here. Just grab it, or you can do it on top of a bowl as well, right? So then we just put a bowl there. Remember that in the kitchen, something that you want is to be organized. So the more you can have like one things in one side organized. First, we're gonna do mise en place. That is basically having all the ingredients here in front of us, ready to go. Because if not, then we're going to take forever. So we do the same with the carrots. Then I'm gonna do 2 carrots. I think 2 carrots will be fine. And you don't peel all the carrots, right? If you feel like it's too much, you have or you feel you're not gonna finish in this time, that's all right. You can finish after we finish the class. Okay, so we have this. And then we have also this jicama. So if you have jicama, if you have tasted before, it's a very juicy vegetable that we can actually eat raw. It's super delicious. We eat it with, with chili, with lime. It's so good. I just love it so much. So the way, that's a great pillar. Great. Okay, so The way I like to do vegetables is always, when they're round, always make a base. Like for example, this is round. So if I try to cut it, then it's going to move and then I might cut myself. So always make a base, you know? So you have something to hold on, you know, that is not moving all around. You can even cut this in half if you want. And then from here, if it's good for you, you can do it with a peeler. You can do it with a peeler just like this. The jicama, you need to do it several times because it has thick skin, but I prefer to do it with a knife because I know it's going to be faster, but wherever is easier for you. So if you're using the knife, insert the knife like 45 angle, like inclined, and then just start doing the motion forward and backwards, and then bring it down, and then you're going to have like a layer here. And then you do the same movement, but now here you can see the edge now facing towards you. I meant this edge. So from here, you're going to do the same. 45 angle all the way down, 45 angle all the way down, 45 angle all the way down. And then you're going to keep doing that until you finish. You know, again, again, and again. And then we have our jicama ready. Okay. You might have a little bit here, just remove it. If you have spots, if you see that it's black, sometimes some vegetables are black, just cut them, you know, try to cut as little as you can, but don't, if it's really all bad, don't use it, right? So use your instincts. Yeah, just cut it out. Thank you. Okay, so now we have a mango. We're gonna cut it in half. We're gonna cut it in half. So how do you know where is the seed? So you want to feel it's usually more inclined, not right in half, because right in half, that is the seed. So you want to do it a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left. Then start right there, and then just the seed is gonna just guide you through. So the seed is right here. And then we are gonna do the same for the other one. So just hold it, you know, hold it down, and then just insert your knife, and then just go the same. And we're gonna also use these parts. We don't throw anything away. We try to use all of it. So just with your knife, just introducing an angle, and then just cut it off. The other side, just feel where the seed is, right? And then the rest, you can just remove this and just eat it. Eduardo. So I don't waste it. Okay? Because it's so good, right? I love mango. So now for these little pieces, what you're gonna do is just insert your knife right where the skin is. Watch out with your fingers. So you always wanna put your fingers kind of like this, you know? So if something happens, you know, the knife gives you in and out. But this is just, you need to let the knife do the work. Don't try to force it, you know? That's why you need a sharp knife. But if you don't have one, just do it slowly. So just insert a knife here on the skin, and then just do the knife. Then just basically hold it, like kind of like micro hold it. I don't know if that's a word, micro holding it. You just let it slide, you know, naturally. So yeah, follow the shape of the mango. Thank you. Have my translator here, over here. Thank you. And now for the mango, we need a spoon. So very easy way, we just put a spoon here, like right where the mango starts, and then you're just gonna start going around, like avocado. Maybe you might have done it with avocado. So this is a very easy way, and then you get the whole half of the mango. Look, and beautiful, and it's kind of like almost perfect, right? We put the skin over there. What's my time like? How are we doing, guys? Jerry, can you tell me what's the time? How much time do I have? Just so I know if I need to hurry up. Please.
The time is 5 till 8 or 5 till.
5 till 8. Okay, I have like 25 minutes. Okay, yeah, we're good. So okay, now that we have this, we have peeled this. So let's start cutting. How are we doing, guys? How are we doing? The chat, put it there. I'm not looking at that screen because the chat is there. So I'm like, okay, So if you're ready, say yes or do. Okay, woohoo, let's go. Who else? We good? Am I going too fast, too slow? Just what's going on? Good? Good? We feeling it? Okay, perfect. So now we're gonna do strips, right? Or matchsticks, or depend. Like for example, for the mango, since we're gonna roll it, we want the vegetable that we use wherever we put in it that is thin. Also because we're gonna eat it raw. So something that isn't gonna be a big chunk, right? And we're able to, when we bite into it, it just feels natural and it doesn't be, it's like awkward. So for the mango, we can do two things. We can slice it just as it is and then do strips, or we can cut this in half. Just in half. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're gonna have more like a julienne situation. And then we can have this, you know, as thin as you can. So we have this, we'll put this in a little tray. Then I have this other one. Thank you. So then we cut this. Is everyone comfortable doing these juliennes, these smash sticks? How are you doing, Eric? Tell me. See you smiling, but kind of like being like, I don't know. Are you getting there or what? Jerry's super comfortable. Look at him.
This is really beautiful. I've never cut something so beautiful. I'm very excited about it. I may have to steal a bite.
Not even meat? Okay, so let's finish it up. Okay, how are we doing? Are you still doing the mango? So let's go. Let's do. You can do even half. You know, you don't have to do all of it because we just need very little for each roll. Mm-hmm. Then after that, you can finish all the rolls. So I'm gonna move into the carrots. Okay, so the same is a round vegetable. So we want to do the same, right? Just it's going to slide it, you know, so you can cut yourself. Just remove the top, very little, the bottom, the top at the bottom, and then we're gonna cut it. This is very long carrots, so try to use the thickest part because it's gonna be easier for you. So I would use these 2/3 parts of it. So I would use here. So I would cut in two, like in three. Sorry, here and here. So imagine that you want to cut in 3 parts. So one here. One here. I'm gonna use these two because they are thicker, and also the same in the other carrot. Why? Because if not, then that's too much work for what we're gonna do, and you know we're not gonna get there. So I can use this later or just eat it raw. Okay. So now the same. You want to do a vase. So it's like this. Just cut. You can cut very little just to put a vase, and that we even put it. We're gonna put it in the spring rolls. So let's cut here. Now we have this, and now look, this is the table. Okay, perfect. So we have that. We're gonna do block, like a little rectangle block. So we do the same with the other one, just to do the base for all of them first. Why do I do the base for all of them? Because I want, I just want to go after that. So do the base. I know all of them have the base. Now we grab one. We're gonna cut this, so we're gonna throwing this out, and then we cut a little bit of the other side. You know, this is not a perfect. This is not. It's a little bit round because it's the side. Then you turn it, so now you have 2 flat surfaces. And now we do again another one, thin, and then we turn it. Now we have 3 surfaces, three sides, but flat. So we have this, and this. We just have one to go. So we do the same. We do another one. We're gonna use it, and now we have this little rectangle. So now we're just going to start cutting planks. So how thin or how thick? So you want it to be, I don't know, like a 1/4 of an inch? No, like 1/8. 1/8 of an inch, like pretty thin, you know? And then from here, from this, I got 4. So kind of something like this. Okay? So like this thick. And then now we're going to start cutting. We're going to do all the same, like similar planks for all our carrots, and then we cut through it like super fast because we can stack them. So we do 1, 2, and then from here, I have this, put it on top. Always make sure that your cutting board is clean, that you have a space, for cutting. Because if not, if you have something else here, then it just gets weird, and then you don't know, and then you can cut yourself because you didn't see a piece over there. So I'm always pushing things towards the side, or if I can, into another container. But because I'm gonna cut it right now, so I'm just putting it to the right. Okay, so now put this to the left. And then we're going to start with our strips. Now that we have with our planks, now we're just going to go through them. So you're going to start doing, juliennes. As thin as you can. You want something like this, something that is very easy when you bite it. It just feels very natural. And it's still crunchy. So are you good, Jerry, Eileen?
Hey, Chef Lalo, how many rows is this going to make?
Roses?
Hey, Chef Lalo, how many rolls is this going to make?
Rolls. So it depends, obviously, in the size of your vegetable, but around 10. And also it depends how much filling you put in the roll. But like an regular size, you can make 10 to 15.
Okay.
So we're going to finish with these juliennes. These ones are the sides of the carrots, the oval. You just need to do it one by one. So just do one by one and then put them on top of the cutting board or nearby. And the ones that you did in the rectangle, you can actually stack them up and then do 2 by 2. So from here, just be careful. Just hold them with your fingers down. So you put some pressure and then just go through so you can cut more faster. Also, for this is recommended larger carrots because, you have to do this less. You have also more surface to work. So if you're going to do this, try to get a thicker carrot.
Hey, Chef, is it okay if we eat our food as we cut it?
Yeah, why not? Just do whatever makes you feel good, Just, you need to taste what it tastes like. And it's true. It's honestly, like now just grab a piece and be like, oh, how good it is, What is it? Is it sweet? So start tasting so you know actually what to expect, right? In the roll. Like how it's gonna play. Maybe I'm gonna need more acidity, right? Because maybe everything that we're gonna put, we have the carrots are sweet, the mango is sweet, and the cucumber is not that sweet. But you're like, oh, maybe it's gonna be too sweet. Maybe I'll add a little bit more vinegar into my dressing, more lime juice, right? I like a little bit more acidic. So we do the same with that. How are we doing with the cutting, guys? Doing good?
Yeah, great.
Okay, so if you finish already, you are gonna do the same with the jicama. So start preparing your jicama, and if you're done, let's also remove the sides of the jicama. I'm finishing up these 2 carrots. Perfect. Also, you can use a mandolin for this. This is faster. You just put in the mandolin, you slice it, and then you have the slices very thin, you just go through them. So that's another tip, if some of you have mandolins at home, if you don't know what it is, I'm going to show you with the one that I have. So now, jicama, the same. We have already one base. So then we start cutting. We can cut right straight into this form. Just do planks. You start doing thin planks like this. So from here, you actually don't need to cut the other side, and then go around. Because from here, then what we do, this is very easy also too. And this is less thick. So now we're just going to go through them. One on top of each other, and then boom, we already have our jicama. And also the carrot is always harder. So it's always a little bit more difficult, right? To get, also it curls a little bit, sometimes. So the magic carrots already. I mean, Paul, you can do that too, right? Why not? Why not, man? Do your life easier, right? make sure they're good though, right? Like just check the expiration date, because I know a lot of places sold that, but just check the expiration date. And always ask, like when were these made? Usually it says there in the package, so just check that out. Okay, so then we do the same with the jicama.
You make it look so pretty when you go through that. I guess that just takes some practice.
It's just practice, right? When I started, I remember, and I couldn't hold even a knife. It was so interesting. I was like, no, literally, I was like that.
Oh, that's
cool.
me. No, I get it.
So, okay. I have enough jicama. You don't have to cut all of it because it's enough. You just clean your cutting board. And then now we're gonna do our scallions. So for our scallions, we're gonna make sure you have the good parts. That we're gonna use only the tops, the green tops. So this part. So we're gonna cut it the same length that we cut our carrots. Everything is gonna be the same length, or more or less approximately. So if we have like this kind of size, okay? So we do the same in 3, and then we save the bottoms. And now for this, we're just gonna stack them on top of each other. Stack, 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 and stack, okay? So we have I have 5 here. Okay, so that now from here, you're gonna do the same. Wash your fingers, try to do it as thin as you can, because this is onion. You don't want big chunks of onion while you're eating, there's gonna be too much. So just do it slowly, it's fine, just go like 1, 2, to get it as thin as you can. And remember, the nails are pinching the spring onions, the green onions. And you want it very thin, right, to put in this. So a little trick for this is when you make them in advance, or if it's too hot wherever you live, do water with ice and then put them in there. They're gonna get like super, super hot and crunchy, and that's gonna be amazing. Also, it's gonna remove a little bit of the spiciness of the onion, and that goes for any kind of onion, So we do the same with the onion, thin as you can. Put it in here. We're finishing up with this. How are we doing, Eileen? Why are you so quiet? You're never quiet.
Great. I'm concentrating. I'm being
mindful. I love it.
She wants to keep her fingers.
Exactly.
Yes, right? He's like, my nails. I just did my nail. He's always very put together. So
I love your tips on the carrots. Really, like creating a flat surface and go around it and have 4 flat surfaces to cut it in. I forgot, what is it called again? Julian style or?
Julian, yeah, just so you don't cut yourself. Just so it's safer for you. You always want to be safe in the kitchen and enjoy, not cut yourself. So should we proceed? How are we doing? So should we proceed with the cucumber?
Yeah, let's
do it.
do
Perfect. So for the cucumber, remove top, remove bottom, boom. We're gonna cut it in 3 as well. So, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's all right, whatever it is. Set it aside. Now the same, it's round. Same story, guys. Have you recognized a pattern here? And so we're gonna do a base. Then we have the seeds. We don't want the seeds because the seeds for this preparation, it's not a good sensation right in the mouth. And this also, the meat is firmer here. So we want to, from here right away, just start doing, you're gonna get like 3, 2, probably 3, and then you get to the seeds. And now, just let it fall. It's like it was here, let it fall, and then do the same. 1, 2, 3, put it all to the side, then let it fall again. 1, 2, 3. If it's very thin, you might get a little bit of seeds, that's okay, And then we do the same. We have our planks ready, and then we can also stack this cucumber because, cucumber doesn't move as much, but just be careful, right? So it doesn't move. So we have this, perfect. Then we go again. And then we have these beautiful also juliennes here, or matchsticks.
Yeah.
Okay. We go through the other one.
It's a
So
beautiful
it's
act
not-
when you use it's a beautiful act when you actually use your food, your hands to manipulate the shapes and the connection you have with the vegetables as well. I think it just really makes it special.
Mhm. That's right. And also you're producing your own food. You're making your own food, right? So you may need to make it with care, with love. I know in these times, everyone is busy. I am busy. And even like that, I cook 7 days a week, lunch and dinner. I mean, my wife cooks lunch, I cook dinner, and I cook my own breakfast. So, but still, right? I cook, so just when you start cooking for yourself, you know where you're putting in your mouth. That's another thing. You know the quality of ingredients you are putting. What kind of oil are you using. You just start, getting what you're putting in your body. So I haven't gotten sick or food poison or like in forever because I make my own food. Like honestly, I'm not lying or anything. So I'm like, wow, like it actually makes a difference. And when I eat out, it's so funny that now when I eat out, sometimes I feel like ooh, or like bloated or like because it's just whatever, all of the things that they put in the food, that it gets prepared. And I work in restaurants, and I don't mean to talk shit about them, but the reality is that the majority of the restaurants, they don't use quality ingredients. That's just the truth because of costs and more now, everything is so expensive. So they're like, how can we save? How can we save? Oh, buy the cheap oil well, buy the soy oil, buy canola oil, and it's just, you're never gonna get a lot of quality in restaurants, even in fancy restaurants. If I told you that, like, you would be very surprised. You're paying $300, $400 for a tasting menu. You're thinking you are getting like good stuff, but like not really. You might be getting caviar, but refined oil, refined sugar, refined everything. It's just the cooking style, and also how as a chef we are trained. It's like use butter, use lots of white sugar, use always purpose flour. Now there are more restaurants that are being more conscious about it, and then at least they use a little bit of whole wheat, things like that, but not really, like very few. So just be aware of that, and just do the test. Cook for yourself, see how you feel for 1 month, then go out to a restaurant and then be like, oh, okay, I know what he was talking about.
Yeah. Well, you'll save enough money to go to Mexico City, right, for a nice vacation.
Or that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, okay. So perfect. So we have this. What else do you have? We have avocado, right? So the avocado, we do the same. To finish this up, we're gonna do our spoon. Remember, just feel. Here you can start feeling the ingredient. Like, oh, how do I don't leave any meat in the avocado, if you ask? So then just feel, like, how does it feel? Can you feel the spoon right here? Yeah, I can, so then just, okay, be present here, just, oh, okay, yeah, look. Use your senses, It's not rocket science. Cooking is not rocket science, like a lot of things in life, right? We just make it so difficult because we're not present. We're not here. We're not enjoying this moment. So now we're not cooking anything, so we really don't have a lot of aroma, right? But we can also be like, okay, what it smells like. But we can bring the ingredient and be like, okay, the mango, it smells really strong. Maybe the other ingredients, no, the cucumber too, and the onion. So you can go like this and be like, okay, oh, that looks cool. It smells nice, Okay, perfect. So let's start building. Let's just cut this avocado. We're gonna do the same. Let's do very, very thin avocado. So the trick for the avocado to make it thin is you're gonna use the knife and you're gonna go all the way. So go like, bring the knife out and then in and then in and then in. Be careful with the fingers, obviously. But if you want it very thin, or do it slowly, right? Because if you try to do this, then sometimes it gets stuck, So if you do like this, just do it fast and then out. So you can do this, but all the way out. So then you have very, 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 very thin, like this one in you get into your sushi on top of your sushi. That's the one that you are getting if you do that method. Okay, so then we have our avocadito ready. And then now I'm gonna put it in here, another. Clean the knife, clean your cutting board because we're gonna assemble here. Okay, just in a few
Hey,
minutes. Okay.
Chef Lalo, how do you determine what a good avocado is?
Oh, so for avocado, what I always like to do, can you throw one of these avocados for me? Nice. Okay, so when I go to the store, I always touch it, around. They need to be used soft, not hard. And a little trick is to push like here where the avocado is connected to the plant. So just push it a little bit. If it goes down, normally it's good. Even if it feels a little bit hard. It's as simple as that. But if you try to push it and it doesn't go down without the strength, then it's not ready. That's a very simple trick. Okay. Oh, Eileen has very good avocados, by the way. Very good avocados in your farm. I'm waiting for another box. No,
Me
got
first.
I taste them. They're like, "Mwah, so good, so good." Okay, so let's go now really quick into the dressing. That we have all of these. The dressing is super easy. So we're going to start. All the ingredients we're going to put it together. This is kind of like an Asian inspired dressing. We're using miso, some olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. We wouldn't use the refined olive oil because it is heated. You already lose all its properties. So you want to use extra virgin olive oil, right? If you decide to use that one. We have sesame oil. We have some tahini. That tahini is just basically sesame seeds blended until all the fat comes out. And then you have like butter out of the sesame. So, or fat from sesame. We have also rice vinegar and what is this liquid? Maple syrup, a little bit of maple syrup and some tamari or soy sauce, whatever you have. If you don't have any of those ingredients, that's fine. Just tell me what you have and then we can see how we can, bring this together. As we put the ingredients together, I'm going to tell you what adds each ingredient so you understand what was behind creating the recipe and you can create your own because it is very simple. So we have the fat, olive oil goes into the bowl. So first, let's incorporate all the fats. It really doesn't matter the order that you add them because you're going to whisk them or put it in the blender or just use a hand blender to emulsify it. That's it. Or if it gets like a vinaigrette, that's fine too, So, but first, I'm going to add the fats. Why? The fats is going to give you that sense of like richness, right, in the mouth. So I have the tahini. So first we added the avocado oil, the extra virgin olive oil. Now the tahini. Now we have here the sesame oil. Sesame oil is really strong, the toasted sesame oil. So that's why you can first smell it. This is really, really good. When you smell it, you can smell like notes, even coffee notes, right? Chocolate notes, like toasted, like, oh, this is yummy. So smell it and then taste it. Maybe taste a little bit and say like, how strong is this? Because it stays in your palate. Like fats, remember, they last longer. They transfer flavor. That's a tip. Always use fat to transfer flavor. I like it, so I put like around teaspoon, a little bit less than a teaspoon. So you taste it and decide, right? I want you to taste the ingredients and also don't just follow my recipe. Taste it and be like, okay. And then at the end, you can always adjust. Oh, I know how it tasted this. Maybe it needs more of this or that. Okay. So now we have here, we're going to add the maple syrup. Why maple? Because it's a little bit less refined. It's still refined, right? But it's less refined than sugar. And I mean, there are not still a lot of studies, that show that it's so dangerous. But all the sugars in excess are gonna be bad. If it's brown sugar, if it's just white sugar, if it's maple syrup, if it's coconut sugar, if it's like even fructose, right, from fruits. So just balance out. What I teach, what I like to teach people is like, see, feel it, sense it. Like, how do I feel eating this amount of sugar? Then lower it, then go higher. Then, just get to know yourself, right? I cannot figure out it for you. I would love to, but I can't. You need to start knowing yourself. So we're gonna add the miso now. This miso is actually not white miso. I know I asked you for white miso, but I couldn't find one. I didn't have one. I guess everyone wanted to make my recipe, you know, and they went and get all the miso. Well, anyway, so I got this. This is miso made out of red barley. So miso is actually just soybeans fermented. It's a paste, and it's so flavorful because it has umami flavors, and also is really rich in nutrients, minerals. So it's really good for you when you eat it raw. If you warm it up, it's like a living microorganism. So if you kill it, but with heat, how do you kill it? With heat. So try to not heat it as much. You know, sometimes you have miso ramen and it's so good and it needs to be heated, but well, who cares, right? The flavor is good. So, but it's just the balance and everything. Is what I'm saying. So don't be too tight about everything. So perfect. So now we have this, some tamari or soy sauce. What is the difference? Does anyone know the difference between tamari and soy sauce? Let's see. Put it in the chat. What's the difference? Tell me, Jeremy.
Hey,
Jerry,
I
sorry.
have no clue.
You're Googling it? So the only difference is that it's just gluten-free, right? Because soy sauce is made out of soy. But sometimes in soy sauce, they put also wheat, you know, to fortify it. So tamari is made for, you know, people don't want it like just gluten-free. So it doesn't have any wheat. So if you're celiac, you can use that. We have the rice vinegar, goes in, boom. And now we have a little bit of garlic. Okay, garlic, very potent ingredient. So now you want to check it out. It's like, okay, raw garlic is really strong. I don't want you to bite into it because it's gonna be too much. But maybe just grind a little bit. I have a microplane. You can have a zester or whatever. And then just grind. If you don't, just put in your cutting board, chop it, right? Finely, mince it finely. Okay, I have a little bit. I do like a little bit of raw garlic, and also it's really good for you, for bacteria and all of that. So I don't mind, you know. Maybe after that, I don't kiss Ariana, even if she doesn't want, but she wants to, you know. At the end, she wants to. She gives in. So anyway, just put the amount that you want, that you feel comfortable talking to people after that. And then just start like whisking it or put it using a hand blender, you know. Now we have a little bit of lime juice. So guess what? You can use the zest. That's why I prefer to buy limes that are organic because they are not sprayed. So if I use it, I don't get the spray in my body. So I'm just gonna zest it because it's so good. If you don't do this every time that you have a lemon, a lime, a mandarin, an orange, a tangerine, a pomelo, any citrus, you're missing out. You're missing out on flavor because guess what? This skin has oils. So these oils, where do you think you get the oil? The lemon oil from here, from the skin. So this has lemon oils. Remember, oils transfer flavor better because molecules encapsulate is more like chemistry thing, but it's just much better. So just trust me, just use it, okay? So we're gonna test it all because this is just gonna bring so much freshness and it's so good. And also now smell it. And if you don't believe me, it has oil, just do this, pinch it, and you are gonna see. When you cut it, you do it like this, you're gonna see something splashing. So you know that I'm not kidding. Or just Google it. Or just ask ChatGPT if I'm lying. Okay, perfect. So now we're gonna cut it. First roll it, you know, just to get it soft. This actually helps to sometimes the lemons or the limes are like hard. I'm not meaning that they're not green, you know, like green or ripe enough, but if they're ripe enough, but sometimes they are still hard, just roll them. And that helps, you know, to bring the juices faster. So open it. And if you have this, do it. If you don't, just do it with your hand. Yeah, or a fork. I mean, yeah, you can use a fork, put in the middle, and then just try it. So squeeze all the juice. For this recipe was kind of like one lime whole, but the same. Taste it. You know, maybe do half. Maybe don't do the whole. I know the recipe. I created it, so I know it's good. but still, you do like, maybe no, I'm gonna challenge Eduardo, Lalo, you know, maybe I wanna do my own thing. So now let's just whisk it, 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 whisk it. Okay. So look, until you have a thick consistency, so everything is gonna emulsify. Why? Because the tahini is very thick. It's gonna help to emulsify, and everything is natural. I didn't add any xanthan gum or any guar gum, anything to thicken it. And the miso also helps. So just whisk it. I have a few pieces here of miso, but these are this is the barley, because this is the whole barley. So that's it. So you just want this consistency. And look, it's like a creamy texture. Oh, then you dip it and then you eat them. Okay, perfect. So let's taste it. It's good. For me, it's good. I think you can get a little bit, a pinch of salt. Taste it. See what is the level of acidity that you got there. Here you can add a chili, right? I didn't put chili because I know a lot of Americans, they don't eat chili, you know, people. But if you like, add it, you know, some chili flakes, some green pepper, Thai chili. Ooh, everything goes well. And it's even better. So we have it ready, set it aside. Let's go to now do our spring rolls. Let's assemble these babies. Okay, we have all our mise en place in front of us, put it together, close by, then get a bowl with cold water. So this is a trick that I'm gonna teach you. Usually the recipe says like use warm water, put the rice rice paper wrap. And if you do that, yeah, it's gonna get soft. But guess what? If you just pass a few seconds, it's gonna get mushy and very hard to work. So everyone has a bowl with cold water, ready? So just the size of the sheet. So I have the wrap here, and then it's gonna be like 45 seconds. You know, it sometimes depending. This is really cold water, so the more cold it is, it takes a little bit longer. The warmer it is, or room temperature, is gonna take 10-20 seconds. You know, but if it's really cold, it's gonna take a little bit longer, but it's gonna be even better to handle here. So you now make sure your cranberry is clean. It's being like, I don't know, 15. Let's see. You can check it. Now it's time. Put your hands in the water. Feel the water. Oh, it's cold. Oh, nice. Okay. It's very hot in here also, so it's nice. And then you're gonna feel how it's like getting soft. Now it's a little bit soft, but actually it's gonna get softer when it's out because it's still absorbing the water. Remember, this is rice and tapioca starch. So it's a starch that is gonna start absorbing. So I think this is pretty good. I think this is gonna be good. So put it in here. So we're gonna do a close-up here. My beautiful assistant is gonna assist me here. Thank you so much. My goodness. Okay. So we have the circle. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Everyone can see there? Great. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So now we are going to start. We have some cilantro also here. You can have some leaves. So to make it look nicer, you can put the cilantro leaves at the bottom. So when you roll it, you have like, you know, nice. You can see the cilantro leaves. So just face the leaves down, or just put the whole thing, you know, like you don't have to be as fancy, but you can do this, you know, right in the center, not at the edges because the edges were gonna fall. So you just wanna do it in the center. Okay. If you can, yes. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Okay. Perfect. So now let's start putting a little bit of each ingredient. So it doesn't really matter the order. We can do the avocado at the bottom as well if you wanted to do like a kind of design. So let's do one of those very thin. Let's do 2 or 3 on top of the avocado, on top of the, cilantro leaves, just like that, facing that way, not horizontally, but vertically towards you. And then now we're gonna put all the other things vertically. So we're going to do a little bit of jicama right in the center. Don't put a lot, maybe put like 1, 2, like 10, as very thin ones. Then do the carrots, the same. Do like 5 to 7, like just make sure, just start looking at it. And you can do really whatever combination you want. You can do just avocado and jicama. That's it. Avocado and cucumber. But now we're gonna do one with all of it, and then you can do one with other ones. So here, I already put the scallions, and just see, how thick it's getting. So I think this is a pretty good thick. Maybe half a finger up is good. Just make sure it's not a huge thing that you cannot roll. Okay, everyone is there? Now you're gonna ask me, oh, Lalo, the paper is sticking to my cutting board. Right?
Yes.
So now just wet your fingers in the water, and then just roll it like this gently. Then it's gonna start. It just got stuck because it started absorbing all the water. So you just not kind of like you have to hydrate it. That's why this needs to be done faster. But you can still we can still get it done. So just make sure you wet your fingers. You see? It's coming. Yes. Yes. Okay, perfect. So now we're gonna roll the top, we're gonna cover. So we're gonna bring all the sheet. Just use more water for the cutting board. Make sure it doesn't break. Okay, and then just bring it in, cover. Doesn't have to cover completely, it's fine if it's not covered completely. Now with the sides, like fold it now over, and then do the same with the other side. Stretch it, fold it, sorry. Sometimes the vegetables are a little bit like pointy, so that's gonna make it, is going to actually break it. You can use a little spatula just to help yourself, but always with water. It's not an ideal situation with this, but we're gonna get it done. So now, okay, as you bring it, get it off the cutting board, just start rolling on top of it. Stretch this. So they're long and they cover, and it just took forever. But now look, it's coming out. Keep rolling, and get it tight. Make sure you tuck it and then roll. Tuck and roll, like rock and roll, but tuck. The same thing. And then that's it. Look, and then we have our beautiful spring roll here. Boom, we can see that. You can see the colors all around, the avocado.
Beautiful.
And then a way
That's
that you
beautiful.
can cut it is just use put a little water on your knife, cut it like lengthwise, and then you can see, the filling. Just like this.
That's beautiful.
Get a little bit of sauce. Boom. Put it in there. Let's see if what we did is right.
Why, I don't know why they can't make a scratch and sniff Zoom. That would be perfect, wouldn't it?
No, please, thank you.
So, Share, I want to taste it.
You can feel the freshness of the cilantro, the sweetness of the jicama, also the mango, so good. And still a little bit of oniony flavor, and it's so good.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit, guys.
Thank you for making it really simple. I thought there was be more complicated than that. When I go to restaurants and I see them doing it so fast, but you've really taken it step by step, and it seems very obtainable and easy to do. So we really appreciate that, Chef Lalo.
No, I think I took a little bit long, but we got it done.
No, we're good.
I'm glad.
We're
It's
good.
super good. Like now we're just talking, but at home you can bang them in few seconds. You can use any grade you have. And most importantly, you made it. So really thankful for that. Just so grateful that you have me here, being able to share what I love, that is cooking and eating. And yeah, so grateful. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Eric. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chef Lalo. That was amazing. You know what? I just love how you're just so excited. You got us excited about, eating healthier food. You got us excited that I really, when you said be in the moment, because number one, I was quite careful. I'm not really that good in the kitchen, but like your tips that you had. And then you also talked
Thank
about,
you,
yes.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Eileen. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
and
no.
I also want to thank your wonderful executive partner, Ariana. Thank you so much for being here with us. We love you. We love you. Thank you.
I love her too. I love her too.
Yes. You guys, if you learned any tips from Chef Lalo, please just let him know how much we really appreciated his time here, showing us how to eat beautifully, colorfully. And I wanted to also just let you know, if you want additional information, because he has a website, chefueduardojusto.com. Is that right?
Yes.
He has
Yes.
a lot more tips in the kitchen. He has a lot more free recipes. So if you sign up, he'll teach you how to, I think you have like a vegan pasta, how to make a vegan pasta and a sauce. So definitely.
Yeah, it's a vegan pasta masterclass.
Yes.
Definitely check it out. Super nice, super good.
Yes.
It's from scratch. Actually, you made it with your hands. They're like they're working with a machine, but still you get to stretch it and cut it and everything. So yeah. So good,
That
so
is
good.
so awesome. Thank you so much. And before we end, I also wanted to just say a quick shout out to our wonderful MC, Jerry Gutierrez. Thank you so much. You've been so wonderful. You're always saying yes. You're always helpful, lending a hand. Just wanted to give you an idea that he is actually a very, very important individual of the Synergy Wellness Group. So if you guys have a moment to just he talks about earlier about putting your health into your own hand, right? And Chef Lalo said, feed yourself, use your senses. He talked about, feeling, smelling, and what else did you say? And actually tasting and being mindful. So
yeah,
I
tasting
really,
it.
that's really wonderful. So for Jerry, I really would like you to also, learn a little bit about what they do and what they also provide. There is on his website, please help me, is it Synergy?
It's at synergy.us, but it's spelled SENERGY.us. So it's energy with an S. And basically what Chef Lalo is talking about, those senses, that when you smell the food, truly your body is awakened. Your body gets into this out of fight or flight. It gets into an autonomic nervous state to where you can actually relax, and it really just calms down the soul and the body from all the stresses of life. But handling with what's in the ground growing, you are receiving that energy from the ground into your body. So I agree 100% when Chef Lalo talks about just connecting with the food and really embracing it. So that's what we do at our company. We allow to give the body what it needs to heal itself, and nutrition is a huge part of that. So it's a really great partnership, and it's been an absolute joy being here. So thank you so much for inviting me. It's really a thrill.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. And I also want to give a healthy shout out to our co-host, Eric. And you know what he said? He really said that, what he wants is to really have more conversations so that we live in a better existence. So I thank you for providing this space for us, and for just being you, and I really truly appreciate you. So he has a Twitter account, and he has all these wonderful, like extensive blogs. So I'm not quite sure if we could also share that, but I wanted to just support you because he's such a wonderful writer. And
That's so
also
nice, so
you
kind
have
of
so
you.
many
And
people.
more importantly, I think, is I was thinking about this during the whole night tonight. We have this all recorded. So I know that I'm going to come back to this, and I'm definitely going to be making these again, and maybe making it with family and friends and sending this out to like everybody I know, because I had so much fun following along and just doing this. It made the experience, doing it live together was just, I've never done anything like this before. So this was so much fun. And thank you all for making it happen, and for coming and doing it with all of us. This is community. It's so great.
Great. Agree.
Thank you.
Yes, Eric.
Well, I appreciate all of you guys for joining us, and we offer this freely every month. It's co-hosted by He's On Foundation as well as Headwaters. And what we do is we try to help transform people's life through education, such as this monthly gratitude. And we also help single mothers pursuing their higher education. So if you guys are interested to get to know our programs, please check our website. And if you guys are further interested in helping out, we are looking for sponsors so that we can continue funding our program, most especially our scholarship for our single mothers pursuing their education. And then we're also looking for mentors who help support our scholarship recipient, which I wanted to just let you know that Lalo is also one of our mentors for our scholarship recipients. So I also thank you. And we have several mentors that are here joining us. So thank you so much for your support. And lastly, if you are, if you have something to share to the community, we are looking for conscious leaders to be introduced to our gratitude circles, because I think the more we know, the more we give, the more that we receive. So I thank you for joining us, and we look forward to having you guys next month. And I believe the date is July 19th. So we have it every third Wednesday of the month. So hopefully you guys will join us again. And thank you so much, Chef Lalo. Thank you to our wonderful MC and our co-host, Eric, and to all of you. Thank you for joining us, and we hope that you live with purpose.
Thanks,
Have
y'all.
a good evening.
Thanks
healthy.
everyone for showing up. And thank you, Jerry. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Chef Lalo.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Good night.
Blessings to everyone.
Look out for the email. We'll be sending the email with the replay and with links to everything we talked about tonight. So keep an eye out for that as well.
Thanks,
Thank
Eric.
you. So delicious and colorful and yummy.
Yum.
And good too.
Great job. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
I think we'll have to
Hi
do
guys, thank you.
soon.
Bon appetit. Finish your
Yeah.
spring rolls. Send the photos. Ooh, these are so good.
This was so much fun,
Mm.
everybody. Thank you.